আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night.
We are back at the final segment of the ILFL Soccer Night show, and this is what we've all been talking about tonight. Here it is. This is the trophy. You can see it's so big I can hardly fit it on the screen. This is the UK BFC tournament trophy. It's probably the only time I'll get my hands on it. I know everybody out there wants it to get their hands on it for keeps, but this is what it's all about. We've had the draw this evening. We've seen the guys fall into their respective groups. We've also seen the banter start already as well, and long may that continue via various social media platforms. But what I want to do now is I just want to take you through how the tournament is going to run. I'm going to take you through now to the slides on screen now, just to show you how the whole thing works here. That's how it will do once they've got through to their respective groups. Top two from each group goes through, and that's how they will match up in their quarterfinals, which will then run through to their semi-final games. Don't you just love our animation? And this is where it all's taking place. The venue is Hackney Marshes, the famous Hackney Marshes. I don't know why we put the address there, because if you don't know where Hackney Marshes is, you clearly don't play football. Registration begins at 9:30 on that morning, so for those teams coming really, really far, apologies, you've got to get up early or you've got to drive all night and get yourself there, because we will start the whole thing at 10:30 sharp. This is where all of our invites have come through. As you can see, teams coming from all over the country to represent their respective regions and take part in this tournament down here in the capital city. Those from the Greater London region, like we said, we've got London Tigers coming and representing West London, and then we've got those clustered in the East London region. It's Tower Hamlets, Beaumont, IOD, which Isle of Dogs, I should point that out as well, and Bromley by Bow FC. In the Midlands region, can I just say that I did not do the graphics here, so if somebody has put you way out west where you should not have been, I can only apologise. Birmingham, Coventry, Hearts United, St Albans, Luton, Northampton, look where you are, you've moved way up the country, and MK Galacticos right there with Coventry. And in the southeast region, those three teams, as I said, you've got FC Banagram in Essex, along with Select FC and Cambridge, all making up the UK Bangladeshi Football Championship. The Northwest region, can't really call it Northwest. Those boys from West Yorkshire would eat me alive if we called them a team from the Northwest. Like I said, I'm not responsible for putting you there on the map, but you know where you are. West Yorkshire, the holders. You're coming all the way down from up north with Oldham FC to take part in the tournament. I'm going to go back to my panel very, very quickly. One or two people who have just come in at the end. But you may be last, but by no means least. So if you'd like to pass that microphone behind you there, Mesbah, and if you'd like to introduce yourself to the watching nation, who are you and who are you representing, sir?
My name's Ebenezer and I'm from MK Galacticos.
You're representing MK Galacticos.
Yes.
How do you fancy your chances? It was your home tournament, so to speak, last year. So you've seen what it's all about. Were you there last year?
Oh, no, I wasn't there last year, but I've heard a lot about it.
Oh, so now you're coming down to London to represent, as they say.
Yeah, indeed we are. To be honest, what I've heard from it, yeah, I think we have our chances of winning this one.
Oh, you make it sound as if the rest of the competitors are not all that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Football is just on the day, really, and I think we've come down. I think we've got a good team coming down.
You've got a good team coming down, so that only bodes well for the tournament. Thank you very much, sir. Pass the microphone to your right, and let's get more reaction from you. Who are you, sir? Who are you representing?
My name is Adan, and I'm MK Galacticos.
You're also from MK Galacticos, so you're only going to echo what your colleague has just said to you.
Yeah, it's because we're coming here to win, you know. So I think is our manager's not here, Quayas Ali, because we are prepared and ready. So we just want to win it.
Okay, thank you very much. Pass the microphone to your right as well, and wearing a different hat now. Hassan, introduce yourself to the watching nation.
Okay, so the cap I've got on now is FC Bannigram. I'm a player of the Essex team. I guess I should change my accent and say, yeah, me and the lads will be coming down this coming few weekends and enjoying a few cokes before we go out there and whip the boys out.
Tell us a bit about FC Bannergram.
FC Bannergram, right. It's an Essex-based team. Majority of the players are actually from Essex, but they all share one thing in common, and they're from that particular part of Bangladesh, or Sylhet, shall I say, called Bannergram. So that's what they're all representing, and they've decided to put a team in. So technically we say it's a UK tournament, however we seem to have a team from Bannergram, so maybe our map should have stretched a bit further and brought a football down from that other end.
It should have been. it should have been. Thank you very much. Pass it along. One more, sir. One more. Oh, we're going right down. We're going right down. What are you going to say? I mean,
back to Luton, yeah.
Back to Luton. Is that where the where the trophy seems to be going?
Definitely. I think the draw itself looked good, and we're looking forward to it. I know the boys at home are really looking forward to the tournament, and I think it's anyone's really on the day, but we've got a good shout, definitely.
It is indeed. Listen, I'm going to bring it back to the panel. Alan, I like the draw, and I like what I'm hearing for the team. That only bodes well for the tournament itself and the quality.
It's a good draw. I think every group looks strong. To be honest, all teams will be strong. No one's coming down all the way from outside London to come down to mess around. They're going to bring their best. Let me just say something about Yorkshire. Everyone's talking about it because I know Yorkshire very, very well. Last year they came, they conquered. And I know Nasir Bhai, Shumil, Kabir Bhai, they're watching. I personally think they'll be strong this year as well because they're the holders.
I do as well. I remember speaking to them during the tournament last year. I remember it was during one or two of their group games, and they didn't start very well. No. But they were very humble, and they just took it game by game, and they made it to the final. And I know they almost couldn't believe it, and they were worthy winners, and a good article to represent the tournament as well. And like you said, I think they're going to come down this year and do really, really well.
Another one I want to talk about is Oldham. Not many people know about Oldham. Oldham are not a bad side. I know the boys are watching. They've got a mixture of youngs and vets, and some of the vets boys are still playing are really, really good. And they showed themselves in the ILFL Super Cup, the Legends Cup. They didn't do that bad. I personally think they'll be a dark horse as well. I think not to be underestimated, Oldham. They'll be a good side as well to come.
Wow. Great. Thanks very much. Because I know you are a bit like the oracle of all of the teams. You have a hand in all of them. You know a little bit.
I travel to their places. I've got their tournaments all over the country.
Wow.
So
if there was air miles for the motorway, wow, you would be earning them. Manisha, I'm going to come to you. Like I said, with your development hat on now, and the way this goes. The UK Bangladeshi Football Championship, how can it develop itself to become the big tournament that it used to be years ago?
So, I mean, my involvement's been pretty much from last year where, Josh had invited me. So I couldn't, in terms of comparison, I don't have a picture of what it used to be. But from what I can see, if we're really talking about development, I mean, you've got a lot more teams now, haven't you, than what they used to be. So definitely there's progress there. I think the fact that it's going to be hosted at Dagenham and Redbridge really says a lot in terms of, facility. And we're talking about, tournaments that are serious. So it's not just at a grassroots, kind of venue or a pitch around the corner. It's, at a professional establishment, and I think that will definitely draws in a lot of attention because there are many tournaments and communities put on lots of different tournaments, and sometimes it's they're fighting against facility, they're fighting with funding, with sponsorship. They have interest, but then it's how serious is the interest. And here you can definitely see there's that competitiveness, and then we talk about football being fun, and this is it's fun. And it's enjoyable, and I saw that then, like you said about West Yorkshire being really humble, and that's the kind of the vibe that I got when I came down to the final last year. That it was very community orientated, but from my perspective, I think the fact that you've got access to teams, that you've got in terms of sponsorship and funding and support from a range of partners, I think says a lot, and also the venue. Where it is, it says a lot about where it can go to.
Thank you very much for that. In fact, thanks to everybody on the panel who has taken part, our partners, friends as well, who are involved as well. Our thanks to all of you guys who have taken part on the panel. You've made it interesting and you have added that fun element to it, and I'm sure that when the day comes we will all still be able to work in harmony, see some good football and also have a competitive edge to it. So thanks very much for coming in and having your input. My thanks to all of you watching wherever you are, London-wide, nationwide. We're welcoming you to the capital of this country to come and take part in the UK Bangladeshi Football Championship. It's happening on the 3rd and 4th of May at Hackney Marshes. We invite you here. We're looking forward to the tournament. I'm looking forward to seeing it, taking part in it, and talking about it again here on the ILFL Soccer Night Show. Usual service resumes next week with all of our local stuff. So until then, have yourselves a wonderful week. Enjoy the football wherever you go, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, it's good night.